how's it going? Welcome back. So it's time for the review for the Mastercraft 8-inch bench grinder. This thing boasts 3,450 RPM, no load. So that's before you start grinding stuff. 4.8 amps at 3/4 horsepower. It's a bit of a beastie machine. She's pretty heavy too. Nice thick cast iron base, heavy duty switch with a rubber cover to keep all the crud out of there. You've got a rough wheel and you've got a fine wheel on this as well, and of course a light. The light bulb is not included. Buy your own. Now these are basically like a refrigerator light. They're a very small light bulb. The socket says it's rated for 40 watts. I threw a 60 in there just because, you know, I just kind of like to defy the rules a little bit here and there. I mean, come on, I've used 100-watt bulbs in 60-watt sockets. I've actually used them in 40-watt sockets. I've never had a problem in my life. Okay, maybe I'm just the luckiest person on the planet, or maybe I know something. I don't know. But I've never had an issue before, so I'm not going to worry about it. Besides, 20 watts extra is not a big deal. You know, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Get the 60. I did. But anyways, and it's a little brighter. So you'll notice that I took off these stupid things here. Well, they're not utterly stupid. They actually have some useful purpose. They actually make it look cool, but that's about it. Otherwise, I think they're kind of a little bit dumb because the way the sparks fly out of this machine, they fly downward, so you're not worried about that. They are actually there to actually help stuff from coming up into your eyes. But if you wear safety glasses, which would be the smart thing to do, okay, because I always wear glasses when I'm near a grinder especially. I had an experience once in my youth of being a moron and didn't wear glasses. And yeah, it kind of really hurts the eyeballs getting granules of metal shot at your face. So take some advice from somebody who learned their lesson when they were very young. Don't do it. Make sure you have glasses. You'll be a lot safer. And so are your eyeballs. So anyways, a little bit of a lesson for you on that one. But hey, we all learn from mistakes that we make. You know, that's the thing. I did it once, very young at age. I learned really quick. It didn't damage my eyes. I actually got lucky. But not everybody does, you know. But I also learned from that. You know, when it comes to especially grinders, among other things, wear your safety glasses, okay, or glasses that are safe, period. But anyways, so this does have a little water trough. Mine did not come with it in the box, although it was supposed to be there according to the box, and the manual said it was supposed to be there. I called the 1-800 number, blah, blah, blah. I told you guys a lot about this on the unboxing. Got to reiterate again for those who haven't seen that video. But I called up Canadian Tire in the end because that's what the 1-800 number told me, because they had every other part for it except for this plastic box for some reason. So anyways, Canadian Tire store, they said, yeah, we'll grab you one, no problem. So they grabbed one out of another box, so I guess now they have a grinder that's going to be a parts grinder for customers that are either missing parts or need a part on hand really quick, you know, type of thing. So I guess that's the way it goes. So now I got a complete grinder. There was no point in taking a perfectly working good grinder back just to get a box with one that had the little plastic thingy in it. You know, it's kind of like, there's some things you do in life and some things you just, hello, you know what I mean? So, unlike my table saw experience, you know, I did have to take a complete table saw back, but the one that I got was very superior, and in exchange, it actually is dead straight cutter, and it's beautiful, and everything works great, and it's all awesome, so I'm happy with that. And Canadian Tire fixed me up, and that's the thing, Canadian Tire has really been, I've never had a bad experience myself with Canadian Tire. I've heard one or two people complain about an experience, but we don't know the whole background story to their rant about it. You know, the thing is everybody's thing is different, right? But anytime I have ever had a problem, which has been very rare, okay, but it has happened, Canadian Tire has always come good for me. So that has been a wonderful experience I've always had with them. I love a lot of their products, especially their tools, and I love them when they're on sale. Okay, who does not love Canadian Tire when they have their sales on tools? You just kind of decide in your mind, do I wait until it's the cheaper price than this cheaper price? Or am I going to be happy with this price? So this thing regularly sells for $119. Okay, and it does come with the lamp, just no light bulb, right? So I looked at Home Hardware, and for $119 you get a 6-inch grinder, less horsepower, can't remember what the RPM rating was, no water trough, crappy tables, like I said, only a 6-inch, and no light for $120 from Home Hardware. And I'm thinking, okay, I got an 8-inch here with nice heavy-duty tables, water trough, definitely a lot more horsepower and higher amperage draw. So it's got some balls, okay, and yeah, and I got light too. Let me think. 119 is definitely worth the retail on this. I mean, I wouldn't pay more than 119 for this grinder, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't. And I was able to get it for 80 bucks, so I was quite happy because I was only a day off from the sale. You know, actually, if you want to get really technical, somewhere about maybe 23, 22 hours away or something like that. It was a stupid amount of time, but either way, they gave it to me for the $80 sale price. Because I also, you know, I had to get some blades for my table saw too, spare blades, because now they're on sale for 30 bucks for a pair of one of each type. And what was it? One's a 28 tooth and the other one's a 60 tooth per inch. So anyway, great deal on the blades, by the way, because regular price, oh my god. Anyways, so there you go. The diffractors here, spark arresters, whatever they want to call them, I'm leaving them on. But these things here, because the wheels are slightly out of true, okay, they have a little bit of side movement, these things just vibrate like a Mad Hatter. And it's very annoying. So, I think the out of trueness could just be the stones. Anything's possible. It could be the way they were mounted. I just have to get motivated to take the side covers off, pull the stones, reset them, and if that fixes the problem and I can use those things, fine, but otherwise they're staying off. Because I've worked with grinders for so many years that don't have those things on them, or they did have them on, but you know, we're all bad and we just, you know, kind of flip this thing out of the way and go, that is so useless. You know, but wear safety glasses. That's a key thing. Always wear safety glasses when you're drilling stuff or cutting wood or whatever you're doing with a power tool of any kind, or any tool where you should be wearing safety glasses. Wear them, okay? It'll save your eyeballs, okay? Anyways, and yes, I have been bad, I know. I've had instances where I've forgotten to wear my safety glasses, especially at work a number of times, and I do mean a number of times, because I don't always think of it, and yeah, I've gotten a little crap in my eyes, and it's like, oh man, I just gotta get that out of there, and then I get back to work, you know, I spend like, you know, a minute and a half dicking around with pulling something out of my eye, and it got jammed in it, you know, and then I can get back to work, and it's like, hey, if I had safety glasses on, I might not have had that problem. Although I have worn safety glasses too, by the way, and still had crap get through them, so either way, it's not a 100% guarantee, but it's about 98% chance that you'll save your eyes by wearing them. But it is a good grinder nonetheless. I do have to learn to sharpen my own drill bits nowadays because I can't afford to pay somebody to do them anymore. I used to have them resharpened professionally, especially my specialty drills. When I had my machine shop, I always had them professionally sharpened because it was very important that I had precision ground edges and perfectly balanced drill bits. You know, I even had sent a batch back once to be redone because they were just not done to my specs of where I had to have them for the kind of work I was doing. And some people would call that being over picky. I call that being the fact that I want the job done right, and I want to do it once, not 10 times, and still not get it done. Okay, I mean, it costs money to do stuff when you're building equipment for customers, and you need it done right the first time. Okay, you don't want it done 20 or 30 times before you get it right. So make sure you got the right tools and proper setups. So I'm kind of picky that way. But anyways, I have been messing around with sharpening drill bits, and I actually did this one today on the grinder. And it's a little on the pointy side, but you know, this little mother cuts. Now let me just zoom out for you. Like I said, I'm learning my own skill now to do this, and it's actually quite fun. It's not the reason why I bought the grinder. Well, there's one reason was to learn how to sharpen drill bits, but I got other stuff I need to grind, so. But anyways, let's drill this. That's pretty good for going through a chunk of 1-inch oak. Pretty quick too. I like that. This thing's getting lots of holes. Holy oak, holy oak. Anyway, so there you go. So I mean, that was successful. That was a pretty good one. Even though it's got a bit of a steep point to it, you know, I think I did all right. you know. And it's definitely dead centered. Makes a good center drill at the same time, having it that pointy. But anyways, grinder works good. Now, I'm going to fire it up for you guys. And you're going to hear as it's spinning up. It doesn't take that long, you know. But all grinders kind of do this anyway. It takes a minute to get up full speed. Now, that little bit of vibration you're hearing is the wheels that are just out by just a smidge. I mean, they are a smidge, you know. But it's enough to make a little bit of noise, but not bad, you know. So, and it's not really doing any massive vibration worries, you know. So spin that down. What I wanted to show you is what happens when your wheels are just a little bit out like that. I'm going to show you what happens to one of these little things. These are on here not only to help further protect your eyes, but they're also on here because this one's a magnifier, okay? So it helps you get a little more up-close look at stuff. I had my wrench around here, there it is. So now we're going to fire this up. Now this is sitting pretty smooth. That's a little annoying. It's got, you can see the vibration that's happening. That's almost a 2mm vibration, which is actually pretty bad. And if you want to hold it like that, you cannot have a vibration, but then you got to get in there. One of the things I find annoying about these, unless you can get them set in just the right spot, it's going to be really hard to maneuver around your piece, depending on what it is. So I honestly would just as soon do without them. Even if I do get the wheels screwed up, I would rather just do without them because I think they're just going to be nothing but a hassle for me anyway. It's kind of like all those safety gadgets that came with my 10-inch Mastercraft saw. Honestly, guys, I took them off. I said, you know what, I thought about it. I thought really hard. Do I really need those safety devices? I mean, I've been using power tools my entire life, table saws my whole life. I've never had any safety things on them. So, hello, and I'm still kicking here. You know, I've not had a problem, you know, so I took them all off, and I'm just going to throw them in a box along with those things, I think. But for the amount that these wheels actually are off a little bit, it doesn't really, it's not going to hurt anything in the grinder at all. But I am going to see if it is actually the wheels or if it's maybe they just, something's just not quite meshed together properly on each side, because both sides actually do it. So, you know, it's not a massive deal, but you know, it's not going to go against the review. I am putting this at a 4 out of 5 for the review. It's definitely worth the $80. It's worth $119 regular retail. If you have to pay retail for a Mastercraft tool, this is be one that I would definitely pay the retail price on. I think it's definitely worth the whole $119, especially after comparing what Home Hardware had for $119, which was actually quite pathetic in comparison. You know, and I like a lot of the Home Hardware stuff. They got some pretty good tools there that I bought over the years, but you know what, when it comes to a grinder, you know, and for doing some really heavy duty grinding, this thing can actually handle it. You know, it's not a light to medium duty, it's light, medium, and heavy duty. It's not super heavy duty, but it's light, medium, and heavy, okay? Super heavy duty, please go buy something a little bit bigger and stronger for that, okay? So if you need that kind of real honky horsepower. So, but otherwise, quite adequate machine. 60-watt bulb in a 40-watt socket, works great. I've never had issues running higher wattage bulbs before. And so yeah, the 60 works just quite nice. And gives me that extra 20 watts of brightness, which I like. Yeah. So I can angle this whatever way I want to within the piece, you know, so that it lights up my area. Which is nice, because I was going to actually put a light on the ceiling to beam down on this thing, and now I don't need it. It's all built into the grinder. Something the Home Hardware one didn't have. didn't have a light in it. So another bonus, right? And they were good about getting me a water trough too, which is supposed to be in the box. So that was quite awesome of them as well. Overall, it's a great grinder. I would highly recommend it in my opinion. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hey, if you're not subs, take a second, subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications. A lot more stuff always up and coming all the time on my channel. More reviews, of course, are on their way as well. This was today's, so thanks, and we'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.